4x6 sheet was $54.
Go down, what do you want?
I don't know.
I'll take that.
What these three guys need is a woman telling them how to do it. This week's episode is a little bit different. It's more of a work camp experience at my brother Dave's house in Spokane, Washington. Dave has a small business where he manufactures camping equipment. During the pandemic, things got a little nuts in the camping industry. Campgrounds were full, products were back ordered, and my brother could barely keep his head above water trying to produce the camping tables, cots, and chairs that he's been making for the last 40 years. With camping equipment still in high demand, we thought we would give my brother a hand, and we're joined by my oldest brother and his wife. So for the next 2 weeks, condensed into this episode, we pitch in wherever the help is needed, from mowing lawns to attaching hitches to producing materials in his company. You're putting plugs in? Yeah. Very technical. Yeah. But we did squeeze in some fun time and a few projects that I had on my list. We're sloping downhill here at our mooch docking spot. So I think today's the day we need to buy a horse mat and cut it up and do what Steve did. 4x6 sheet was $54, something like that.
Okay, so you're cutting up a horse mat.
You know what, this thing must weigh 100 pounds. Took two of us to get it in here. This is the 3/4 inch thick, cost about $55, and Steve said he made his 8x12. I'm just going his didn't have these dots. I'm not sure he used the 3/4 inch stuff, but I'm just kind of going between these dots. And once you get it scored on one side, then it helps. I put a metal bar down here to elevate it to kind of, so that I could get in again with
Get some separation.
Yeah, give me a little bit of stuff there. So it's coming.
You make good faces when you're pulling a razor blade.
Yeah, you got to be really careful with these suckers. They are dangerous. Change the blade a lot. Almost, we can try it out tonight. Get the van level. These obviously are made from old tires, and boy, do they stink. Okay. The new leveling blocks.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, I was watching Chris Shantz with Venture Forward, and I noticed that he was vacuuming something in his Rebel van. And I went, what vacuum was that? Because it looked small. And I figured out what it was. It's this Eufy. It's called Eufy. I figured I would order it, ship it to my brother's house here in Spokane, and give it a try. It wasn't very expensive, and comes with this little brush attachment thing. Goes in there like that, and it's 12 volt, charges with a 12 volt charging cable. So I'm gonna give that a try, because there are little spots that are really hard to get with just a broom or something like that.
So what do you got there?
Scraps. Gotta make some covers.
The bags for the...
Yeah. I saw you guys dragging this down. I thought, this looks like the largest cassette toilet ever made.
The right size for your crap. It says ready to use, just drop a loaf.
So what's that for? You don't have to go into gruesome details.
Our Blackwater tank is full on the RV, so
Yeah.
we dump it into there, we take it down to his factory and dump it in the septic.
No. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
We
well.
just had it pumped, so it still can hold anything.
That's because you don't want to move your vehicle because it's so big.
Well, it's easier
That's
to
true.
haul the turd than it is to haul.
So how much did that cost?
About $250.
There it is, the huge cassette. That's a big cassette toilet.
This is all the evidence of a Debbie attack.
Come on into my hot house. It's roasting in here.
And you ain't an orchid.
Organizing my brother's hardware. Oh my gosh, this is 30 years worth of projects, and every project is represented by a box or a bag of hardware. And so I'm trying to sort it all and get this container properly organized. At least we're not far from home. I caught my oldest brother in here working on some wiring, because he has a behemoth of an RV with 2 air conditioners, right, Dick?
Yes.
And he needs to hook up 50 amp here at my brother's, so that's what he's working on. Because it's going to be 100 degrees, and he needs those things cranking, and so do we.
My wife does.
Yes. Oh, I don't think you'll mind. John even wanted to turn it on last night. I convinced him not to. You said you installed a soft start for your ACs.
Yes, both of them.
So what does that mean?
Soft Start is a box that's made by a small company, and their customer service is incredible. They will.
Is it called Soft Start?
Soft Start.
Okay.
And they will talk with you while you're up on the roof on your iPhone, showing them what you're doing, and they will talk you through the install. I've never seen customer service like that. But basically, all it does is, instead of the 29 amp charge that sucks out of your 50 amp service when you turn it on, and then it drops down to around 15 amps to run. Soft Start allows you to start both air conditioners on a 30 amp service, because it ramps up the starting compressor current, so you don't get that 29 amp.
Well, we're just hooked into a regular 110 outlet. I think it's 15 amp. I guess it could be 20 amp. But can we run our air conditioner in our van on that?
Yes, but the problem is you're running off an extension cord that's only a 14 gauge.
Okay.
You need to go buy a 50-foot and carry it with you.
Fat chance.
Okay, but
We'll leave it
you
here.
can drag it behind you in
Yes.
the van. But you need at least a 12 gauge to give you, because you get a voltage drop just from the length of the wire if it's trying to carry too much amperage.
Well, that's good advice. And so this wire, you got it going all the way up there, and it goes out the wall. Is that what it
It's
does?
heavy gauge. See all those stranded wires? This is a 50 amp plug, and if it weren't, you wouldn't be able to bend these and get them into the contacts. It's just barely enough room.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
But we should have it
All right.
running pretty soon.
Thanks.
You bet.
Oh my gosh. It's nice and cool now, but John says that it's going up to 108 on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be gone. But it'll be 105 on Sunday. There's a hoot owl at 3 a.m. every morning. It just sounds so beautiful.
What these 3 guys need is a woman telling them how to do it.
And I think she's arrived.
Gonna get in an early morning ride before it hits 100 degrees.
Oh, this one goes straight across.
Which one do you want?
Whichever you want.
I don't care.
This is a lot of exploring, probably.
What a beautiful wetland.
Yes. Look at these trees.
Incredible.
this is the old Saltese Lake Basin, but 15,000 years ago, this was part of ancient glacial Lake Spokane, and we're at the bottom of 1,000-foot glacial lake. It used to spill over the top of that ridge over there, and that's how they formed the canyons like Rock Canyon, California Creek, and Hangman's Creek. All those were coulees from the big flood back a few days ago. A lot of days. And this property too was owned by Wirtz Dirt.
Hard to hold on to.
Yeah. So if you kept going this way. Bridget is from Coeur d'Alene, and she came over to pick up one of my brother's chairs, but also to, she's getting a new vehicle tomorrow. And she bought a Tolero. And she's picking up tomorrow?
Picking up Monday.
And
right.
leaving on a fishing trip on Tuesday.
For a week.
No time to get it all, fitted out.
Speed read the manuals.
Yeah. We've been here walking through, even though it's a different rig, things work
That's right.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great meeting you both.
Yeah, you too. I love it.
All
I
right.
love meeting people. See you on the road somewhere. Okay. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. This is
Except with the.
Sierra making Father's Day breakfast for the men. Women aren't allowed.
No,
And we contributed huckleberry syrup from that store down in right on the border of Washington and Oregon. Margie.
Look at you.
Last year, you guys wouldn't give me the time of day. Yeah, wouldn't give me the time of day.
They are more interested in people.
Yeah,
than
yeah, you're more interested now, huh? Hello. Yeah.
You were.
Like Anna?
What did she say?
Oh, do like Anna, like Frozen.
Oh, I've never seen Anna.
Oh, the Frozen.
Yeah, I don't know what she looks like.
Oh.
Does she look cold?
She has one braid that always goes to the front for most of the movie.
Oh,
and then,
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And she has 2 braids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Anna does.
Okay, well, next time. It's supposed to be 105 today and 110 tomorrow. So how are we staying cool? We do have power at my brother's, so at least we can keep the air conditioner on, and we keep it around 80 degrees, and that's done a really good job. But in addition to that, the warm window curtains do a really good job of helping to keep heat out of the inside of the van. So we'll keep those down. We keep the curtain up between the cab and the back of the van. The refrigerator is working nicely. Outside we have the moonshade up, and then the shower curtain wrapped around that side that gets the most sun in the morning. In the afternoon we have another two shower curtains that I stitched together, and we have put it on this side of the van to help block that sun. And of course, we're parked under trees. And the windshield screen is on, and the windows are rolled down. The only thing I haven't shared with you from our 2 weeks in Spokane is a side trip that John and I took to Wallace, Idaho. But that will be next week's video. I hope you'll come back.
Pep Boys, $60. It's already installed. You're in the waiting room drinking a Diet Coke, telling jokes. But no, we're down here grunting and hunting like a bunch of old men, because we are old men.